Hey everyone, my name's Robert, and you probably know that I'm the guy that runs the YouTube channel. Today I thought it would be fun to show you guys how I actually make the 3D videos. All 3D is pretty much similar in their basis. There's a lot of different things to it, but I'm just going to do the simplified way that I do it. I made this rig out of a caliper and some screws. There's a really good tutorial on YouTube. I'll link that in the description below if you guys want to make your own. This stuff's really cheap. We made this for like under $15. However, the cameras were a different deal. These are two Sony HD Handycams. They record in 1080p. They have been the cameras I've used since I started this channel. I got these about 2 years ago at Christmas. I got one of them myself during Cyber Monday, so it was half price. So these two were really expensive. However, the thing is, all this stuff combined is still less expensive than actually buying a 3D Sony Handycam. Plus, you're gonna get way better 3D and you're gonna have way more control over how it looks. All 3D, of course, is filmed with two different cameras. Right now I have it on my tripod, but I also have this. I use this, I slide the two sliding pieces onto this, and I can use it in handheld mode, because as you can see, that's a lot of room that I need for just two smaller cameras. I've made a lot of changes since I started. First, I didn't have the cameras labeled. I have this one labeled left, this one labeled right, just so I can make things less confusing and a little bit more uniform. But I also used to have the cameras on both sides of these things. I'd have the left camera over here on this side and the right one right here. That's an issue because interocular distance was like 6 inches, and human eyes are only like, they're a little bit under 2.5 inches. So that causes a lot of eye strain. This is as close as I can get them. I can get them a little bit closer, but it causes the cameras to converge a bit and it messes with the 3D. So I have them as close as I can. The next question is, since it's two separate cameras, how do I sync it up? Now, you guys probably remember, if you see my other videos, that I have like this Disneyland clapboard. I don't know where that went. It just disappeared. So I was kind of like, well, what am I going to do now? What I have been using is my phone. The camera flash on my phone is actually better than what I was using. It's faster. Obviously, light's really fast. So I'm able to make sure and it's a lot easier to tell when it's time to sync the videos up, but we'll get to that when I do the editing. I decide what video I want to do. You know, if I go to a con or go to some event, which I'm actually going to one this Friday. I smell weed. You smell weed? Is that vape or is that weed?
That is definitely weed.
Yeah, I just saw some people walking by. They're smoking weed in the woods right now. It's fine. This is how we do it. Find the thing that you want to film and go over to your cameras. I unscrew the fastener in the back and I open them up, open the lenses. And the other important thing is you want to make sure both of your cameras are on the exact same settings. It's also important that you have the exact same cameras, because different lenses, different types of settings, different cameras are going to get you different results. So the best thing you can do for the most consistent results is to get the exact same cameras. That's going to be expensive because you got to order two cameras at once. I mean, you don't have to order both cameras at once. It would probably help, especially on Cyber Monday where everything's like half price. At least on the Sony store where I got these. You just press the record button. The other very important thing that I've messed up a few times on, you have to make sure both cameras are zoomed all the way out, because there's no way to be able to precisely calculate zooming them both in at the same time or having them at the exact same zoom. I've filmed things and I was so excited, and then I got home and I realized that one of the cameras was zoomed in slightly, so the whole thing is ruined. This bar also serves another purpose outside of just being able to hit people and hold the cameras with. I make sure that both cameras are completely parallel and that they are straight up here. Now, this camera is slightly farther ahead than this one, but like I said, when we get to editing, there is an autocorrect feature that will fix that issue. This is just a temporary thing for now. So once you got your cameras aligned, and you got your stuff you ready to film. This is just what I do. You guys can use whatever you want. If you want to use the marker board or if you want to use flash, which I'd recommend, I just come here in front of the cameras and these little screws are here. I can't have them flat, so I had to put these little nuts under them. I'm kind of a nut. So you want to make sure both cameras are pointed directly straight. Autocorrect will fix some of these issues, but the thing with 3D is once you get the stuff filmed, it's very hard to go back and fix it just from the nature of it. But yeah, that's it. Then you just record whatever you're wanting to record. The next part is the fun part. That's when you get to see if you wasted your time or not. When I get home, I put the files onto my computer, and once I've done that, I open up my editing program. Now, I use Vegas Movie Studio 13 Platinum, which I got on a Steam sale, and it just so happened to have 3D editing. I was really just trying to get another editing program besides Movie Maker, and it has 3D editing in. You have all these options. I use AVC HD because that's what my videos are recorded in. You can choose 3D internet video, but just because I want the highest quality I can get, and you can already convert it to 3D, and I'll show you that in a moment, I just do that. So we're just going to cancel that. I pulled the files from my computer. Normally they're just numbered as to whatever number they were when it are in my camera. So the left file was 0004 and the right file was 0007. I just rename it to left and right. So I pull this down here. I'm gonna go ahead and mute this because we don't really need to hear what's going on there. This is why it's important to sync things up so you can make sure that the 3D doesn't look all wonky. You can see me there. I take a picture and I use the frame by frame to when the light is no longer showing. I press S and then I can delete the footage that isn't synced up. And I do the same thing for this. The flash is a lot easier to edit with than the marker board. So you just move this and I turn Stereo 3D on red and cyan. I do have Anaglyph 3D glasses, so I can edit it in 3D. And then you click both, you hold control, so both of them are selected. You right click and pair a stereoscopic 3D subclip. Now this sometimes happens. I'm not sure why it does, but it'll like not sync properly. Go ahead and open up a new thing. For whatever reason, sometimes even though I synced it, it just won't work properly. Remember, go to properties, I click Anaglyph, and bada bing bada boom. Let's hope this one Hope it worked. It did work this time. We're just gonna go ahead and delete these because up here it creates a subclip which I can use to further edit it. We're just gonna look at 30 seconds of this video. And if you want to go ahead and put your 3D glasses on now, I got my 3D glasses and I see if the 3D worked or not. It looks like it did, but there's still a few little discrepancies. I come to Video FX, I turn on stereoscopic 3D adjust. We're not going to deal with the horizontal offset at this moment. We're going to come down here to autocorrect. As you can see here, it's made a lot of minor adjustments. I put my glasses back on and I'll look at what I got here, and it looks pretty good. When the cameras are perfectly parallel, all the images will be pulled out of the screen. You're going to need to use the horizontal offset to move it in and out, depending on where you want stuff coming out and where you don't want it coming out. Obviously, this is stuff you think about when you film, so the things you bring closer to the camera will obviously be things you want to bring out. But I can move it over here to the right, and as you can see, my friend AJ is coming out. We're going to move it to the left and it's pushing him back in. You do want to keep eye strain and the ghosting as well. The more intense the 3D is, the more ghosting there will be. This is something you don't want to do in 3D, is to have someone like at the edge there, or have an object at the edge, because it kind of messes up the effect. Yeah, see? You can see I'm coming out of the screen there. It looks pretty neat. Once I decided that I'm happy with the clip, I do 3 uploads, as you guys know, because YouTube used to have the ability to change the 3D settings. They took that away and now it doesn't work. I do the Anaglyph. I also do the
side-by-side 3D for 3D displays. Then of course I do the 2D video. And then I render it out and then I upload it. That's basically it. That's how I do 3D. That's how I've been doing it since I started the channel. That's probably how I'm going to be doing it for quite a bit. I really appreciate you guys checking out this video. I will see you all next time. Consider subscribing if this is the sort of thing you're interested in.
All right, that's that.